A common way to play a chord progression is to keep common notes between chords and not move your hand from one chord to the next in root position. This is called voice leading. Bonnie will now demonstrate using a C major chord, moving to an F major chord. Notice that the C stays the same in both chords. You can also do this from C to A minor. C and E stay the same, right? So not moving your fingers as much, you actually, if you want to sing over your chords, you have more freedom.
It's easier.
Yeah, once
Definitely.
you memorize the shapes. It can be quite difficult to voice lead between chords. So one way of handling it is to use a drone.
Drones are usually static tones in the key, so we hold the same two notes in the right hand and use the power of the left hand to play the roots of the chords. This is a really common in modern form of kind of a combination of accompaniment and chord progression, and is very common to have drones in all parts of an arrangement. As an example, instead of playing C, F, A minor, G, I can play C and G in my right hand. So you can hear that it changes the way that the chord sounds and feels. It feels more open and sort of less determined, and there's much less movement in the right hand.
The other thing is you can actually sing the E that you're not playing in the middle of the C and G, and that makes a really nice space for your voice.
This, by the way, is really easy to do if you're not an experienced piano player and you have to accompany yourself live. It's much easier to just play those two notes and move your left hand around and only worry about where your left hand is going than trying to make all of the chords move to the right notes.
Now there's a few other ways that you can play drones.
First of all, we can break them up. So instead of just playing, I'm playing the C and the G or the stable tones, it's a perfect fifth. We can also break them apart.
We call this a broken drone.
We can also double one of the notes. That gives us like 3 notes to deal with. They can be played, here I am doubling the 5th in the key or the G. You don't have to worry about whether it's the 5th or not, just worry about which note you're doubling. Or I can double the C, depending on where you want to be. Sounds a little bit like the Journey song. And we can break those up too, so really cool sounding, open.
What about the power of the left hand to use other tonalities beyond the key?
Right, so I'm only playing 4 notes in the key, and there's other notes within the key. So we can walk up and down. So we can expand the stable tones to include the second in the key, or in this case, a D. You can really experiment with drones of any note. I think the 3rd makes a great drone partner. I also love the major 7th, so don't limit yourself to the things that we're showing you here. This is about experimenting. So if we add that D, we get essentially a C sus2. And you can hear that gives us a little more information, but the chords still feel open.
You can create different patterns with the drone too, as Bonnie's showing you, that kind of take you more into different rhythms and cyclical patterns that may take you off the downbeats or things like that. And we're going to get more into syncopation eventually.
So we forgot about the black notes. It's really fun to mess around with what can happen if we go out of the key and then back in again.
Other things you can do to create a stable part against a movable part. You can switch the hands so that the left hand actually becomes the part that stays while the right hand moves around.
Yeah, and it's called a pedal point. So I'm going to play some of those key field movements, the thirds and sixths through the field. So pretty. You could obviously do that on any of the notes in the left hand. Love all of these so
Yeah.
much.
Really great and fun and easy to play and sing at the same time if you're looking to do that. And keep yourself creative while really just keeping your hands in the same place mostly.
Yeah, I think that drones are a great way to sort of explore having a more open tonality and also to make your accompaniment part a little bit easier.